Welcome to Life Hacks Beyond Convention with Dee and Sonia. I also have a fascination with quantum mechanics and physics, so that side of it, sort of, to me, they talk together. Quantum level. So.
Well, it makes sense, doesn't it? Because if you look at biblical literature and how Jesus walked through walls and things, and there were hundreds of people that
witnessed it.
were witnesses to this. So, it must have happened because there's too much historical information of people that actually witnessed it. There's too much evidence to believe it didn't happen. And so when you start looking at those more quantum physics stuff, I don't really understand it all, but it starts to make sense of how it can actually happen.
Yes. We live in an illusion.
It's all a bit weird for me.
Fair enough.
I don't understand how it works. There's a guy I quite like listening to, and he's a what is he? He's some sort of physicist.
Yep.
And he investigates a lot of, I don't know, what are they called when they have different planes or
dimensions.
Different dimensions. That's
you hear a lot about that these days. So
and so that's to do with this. So he was talking about these dimensions and that, and it was actually him that talked about the different dimensions. So if we are in a different dimension, then that's how we would be able to walk through walls and So it's like, okay.
What was that Keanu Reeves movie with the red pill and the blue pill?
Matrix.
Matrix. He was videoed talking to a compere and saying that he'd gone to a producer's place and the guy had two or three kids, and he said, "I'll tell them about this movie." And he sort of said, "Oh, well, this guy's living in this world," but then he finds out that it's not a real world, and he finds the real world, and telling the kids about the movie before it came out. And one of the kids just went, "What does it matter?" And he went, "What do you mean, what does it matter? What does it matter if it's not real?" And he was just blown away. And I think, wow, she's right. He is right. But also that opens up the next thing, which is, can we create? That's the manifestation. And can we, if it's not really real, it's just, created by us, not electronically, not even atomically, energy-wise, then we can create what we want, or we can do what we want. Yeah, so it opens... That just went too geeky, I know.
I probably don't believe that we as humans have the ability to create anything with our thoughts and energy. I've thought about this a lot. So that is something I have thought about, and I have come to that conclusion that I don't think we do.
Yeah.
But when we just talk about the story of the Matrix, and there's a lot of people say about let's leave in the Matrix, and I rewatched the Matrix because I thought, it had been so long since I'd watched it, and I couldn't remember any of the characters. Actually, I had to rewatch it when I was at the uni because they were talking about Neo and the different things. Oh man, I need to rewatch this movie so I can actually engage with my students. But anyway, I came to this conclusion. I watched this thing, and it was all about escaping the Matrix, obviously, into what was the real world out of the unreal world. And I looked and I just thought, but your real world was just full of violence, hardship, and their unreal world was actually a really nice life.
Yeah.
And it made me think, well, why is there such an itch in people to leave the Matrix? It was just a question. I just thought, really, is it that important to leave an unreal world that was fairly perfect to venture into what our real life is?
Yeah.
of ups and downs. And
Is it-
thought,
Is it just that, what if? Is this all there is? Because you hear a lot of that. And what if? And then they've gone out of it, in this case, and gone, oh, this is pretty bloody awful, let me back in.
yeah, but that,
So it's...
they were victorious because they've got out of the Matrix.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? I suppose what part of what makes life worth living, isn't it, is the ups and downs and the triumphing over hardships and courage to prevail, and you know, just all of those aspects of life is what, to a degree, what makes life worth living. Whereas I guess if you've got this perfect life, maybe it's not worth living. I don't know. But it just made me look and think, well, your life is just really hard, and you don't know whether you're going to get seriously injured or killed or whatever, whereas these other people inside the Matrix, they're just living their life.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think my beliefs now lie in that life is a lesson, or about lessons. So it's all about perception, isn't it? And also what you choose to believe, because you can choose to believe whatever you like. It may or may not serve you. So I guess I've been trying to choose to believe things that will serve me in positive ways, but also ways that will impact positively on others. Yeah. And so my hunger is to keep learning the lessons until this manifestation doesn't have any more lessons to learn. Hit the subscribe button below if you want to follow Life Hacks Beyond Convention.